What's up, family? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. I'm coming on here today just to share some speech and language strategies that you can use at home with your toddlers to increase some interaction and engagement and to stimulate speech and language. So let's just jump right into these speech and language strategies. There are two main strategies that are very good for stimulating speech and language, and it's self-talk and parallel talk. I'm sure I've mentioned these two in other videos. Self-talk is when you tell your child what you're doing. I'm drinking coffee. I'm putting on my pants. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. That's self-talk. And parallel talk is when you talk about what the child is doing. Oh, you're eating chips, or you're doing this, or you're doing that. So self-talk and parallel talk are great speech and language strategies to get some engagement and conversational turn-taking going. I did that a lot when Kaden was younger. As far as the self-talk goes, I self-talked a lot to the point where now Kaden asks me what I'm doing before I get a chance to tell him what I'm doing. So it's a great way to start that conversational dialogue, like, where you at, or what are you doing, or what's that? My self-talk has turned into him asking me questions and I answer it in self-talk, if that makes sense. So self-talk and parallel talk are two great strategies for targeting speech and language. Giving one at a time is another great speech and language strategy. So if you're playing, or if you're eating, or whatever you're doing, and there's more than one, only give your child one at a time, and that will give them the opportunity to request more. You don't want to take away those opportunities for kids to speak and ask for things. So giving something one at a time is a great way to give them that opportunity to request more. And when it comes to requesting more or giving an opportunity to speak or whatever, we as parents we have to learn how to pause. If you ask a question or you have a statement or whatever, just wait, have a pause, and give your child a chance to respond, okay? Give your child a chance to respond. It may take longer or less. You can repeat the question, or did you hear me, or what do you think about that? But after you ask a question or give a statement, have that pause moment and give your kid a chance to respond to what you said. Moving on. Also, when it comes to giving things, you can give an option. Do you want this or that? And that is another opportunity for your child to make a statement or make a request or make their needs known. So give a choice, this or that. Even when you know what they're going to choose, just give them the opportunity to choose. Another strategy that's really good is putting things out of reach at home, so they have to ask you for it, like their favorite toy, or I don't know, whatever you need or whatever they're wanting. Already have it out of their reach, so they have to ask you for it. And those kind of requests look different, because if you have a child who's very young and isn't talking yet, but they can point, they're going to point to what they want, which is equivalent to a verbal request if they can't talk yet. If they can talk, then they can verbally ask you what they want. But gestures and nonverbal communication also count as communication. So don't leave those out. This is the last strategy that I'm going to give today, and it is to, what is it? I know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, to follow their lead. So children have a mind of their own, they have interests of their own, and they're going to be more willing to communicate and engage and exchange if it has to do with their interests. So if you're trying to stimulate some speech and language, just follow them around and see what they're doing or what they're interested in, and then build some speech and language around their interests. So don't be afraid to follow your kids' lead. Okay, those were just a few different strategies that I personally use at home to stimulate some speech and language with my kiddo, and I wanted to share those with you guys. There are a heaping ton of more strategies for stimulating speech and language. If you want to know some more, just let me know, comment down below, shoot me an email, just holla at me, and I will share that info with you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.